Just how fragile is this brief ceasefire?
Well, on one hand, Kailey, it is very fragile. Clearly, there are elements on both sides who want to pick up the fight. And as you said, each side blamed the other. But I think the organizations at the much higher level see that there's interest, certainly for Hamas, to extend the truce. And of course, for Israel, they want to get their the hostages back. Now, for Hamas, this is not about a humanitarian gesture, lest we be deceived. This is all about gaining a tactical advantage on the ground during this truce period. And it's also about continuing to win the narrative with the global media and the international community. So interest on both sides here. I'm surprised it held this long, but it looks like it'll continue to hold for the next couple of days, too.
Well, we know the fighting will resume at some point. Benjamin Netanyahu has certainly made that clear. What will the IDF be in for? What will Israeli troops be in for when they re-enter Gaza following what could be days more of an opportunity for Hamas to regroup?
Yeah, it's a great question. And you're right. Netanyahu has said that it will continue. I assume that most of Israel's leadership agrees because it's necessary to defeat Hamas. But with each passing day that a pause in fighting is underway, that's more time for Hamas to reorganize, to refit, to rearm, to fortify positions, to booby trap buildings and tunnels, and do all those things. So it'll be a much riskier and more dangerous phase of the conflict for Israel, because we know that the next point they're going to go south. And in the south, of course, it's denser with regard to the civilian population because they've been pushed there, but as has Hamas. So this will be their last stand, is fending off Israel from the southern part of Gaza. So it's going to be more dangerous for sure.
So, Mr. Secretary, are we at a moment now where strategic considerations and humanitarian considerations are essentially in direct contrast to each other? And if so, how should the U.S. be advising the Israelis to move forward as they continue to push for more humanitarian aid to be able to get in?
Yeah, look, there's certainly tension between these dual objectives of prosecuting the fight to eliminate Hamas and returning the hostages. And at this point in time, the strategic imperative, at least the political imperative in Israel, has been to bring the hostages home while you can, as many as you can. But again, that you're sacrificing military advantage on the ground, as I just laid out. So I suspect that will endure for some period of time. The challenge will be for Israel to crank back up its war machine at some point and then proceed south to finish the Hamas. But look, we know that the so-called deal right now looks like that we'll have a day of no fighting for every 10 hostages released. And if you do the number based on the math, based on 240 plus hostages, this truce could last up to 20 days, right? Because Hamas's interest is to trickle them out every single day, buy more time, hopefully get the international community on their side to call for a complete ceasefire and end the conflict. And that way, Hamas will survive to fight another day and to conduct another October 7th, as they've promised to do.
Well, the longer this goes, the more challenging the other battle could be for Israel. That's the public relations battle. What will the optics be like, Mr. Secretary, when the bombing resumes after so many days of quiet?
Well, again, first, it'll depend on how many of the hostages are returned. We know some number of them are Israeli military soldiers, and I suspect they'll be held till the end. But I think Israel knows that as it moves into the south, which is more densely populated, they're going to have to be more precise, exercise more restraint, and make sure that they limit civilian casualties as much as possible. So the process is important here. The outcome is also important. But look, I think they're already behind on the strategic narrative. Hamas, the UN, and others have picked up the ball against Israel, I think, unfairly. But this will be a challenge, is to win that strategic narrative fight, or at least bring it to neutral.
Yeah, and Mr. Secretary, that may prove a challenge when it comes to securing more funding from the U.S. as well that needs congressional approval, when you have a number of Democrats, especially, who are raising humanitarian concerns, talking about potentially conditions along with that aid. However, the conversation when it comes to Ukraine aid isn't necessarily one of conditions, though sure, that's part of it. It's kind of a conversation as to whether or not more aid should come at all. How much time realistically does Ukraine have to secure that?
Yeah, look, it's an interesting contrast that the Republicans are divided on aid for Ukraine and the Democrats are divided on aid assistance for Israel. It's really interesting, and it plays into 2024 politics, which is what concerns me on the Democrat side with regard to Israel. Look, I think with regard to Ukraine, we're told that the Pentagon has funds and equipment till the end of the year, and then they need a new package. And that is pending right now. As you talked about earlier on your show, it's pending in the Senate. It's tied up in border security money, which curiously at this point in time, more and more Democrats want to see the Biden administration take stiffer action on border security. So it's got to work its way through the Senate side. And at the same time, of course, Republicans have said, as you mentioned, no aid to Ukraine. And so we'll see how this plays out over the coming weeks. It's going to be quite interesting.
Well, so that could be a long wait then, Mr. Secretary. Can we put a finer point on this? When does Ukraine run out of money?
Well, the exact date is unknown. The Europeans have promised to pick up, but we'll see if they can carry the slack. But look, I wouldn't expect to see. First of all, I think the first deadline will be right before the Christmas break. Congress tends to put these types of things up against deadlines like that. But if it passes, then I think it's, who knows? The next deadlines will be mid-January and end of January, when the appropriations bills need to be passed again. So, look, if they don't get it done by the end of the year, I start getting very concerned about our ability to continue to sustain Ukraine in the fight. And that'll be the challenge.